Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my top 10 favourite movies of 2024. Yes, that is right. In this video, I'll be sharing my 10 favourite movies that I saw that were released in the year 2024. Yes, I know this video is very late and long overdue. I know the year ended like 2-3 months ago or something, but here's the thing. I wanted to make sure that I crafted a list this year that I was 100% satisfied with. Whereas the list I made last year, I look back on that video and I'm just unhappy with it. Whether that's the movies I picked for the list or just the video itself, I feel like I could have done a lot better. So for my top 10 this year, I wanted to make sure that it contained 10 movies that I genuinely loved and appreciated and reminded me why I loved movies. And through a lot of hard work, I feel like I've been able to do that this year. That being said, I think 2024 was a great year for movies. But just before we get started, I want to give a few honourable mentions first. Movies that I watched and really enjoyed and wanted to include on the list, but just weren't good enough to make it. So my honourable mentions are Civil War, Strange Darling, The Bike Riders, Beetlejuice, Hitman, and Abigail. I also want to give a quick honourable mention to the Penguin series. I know that it's not a movie, but I thoroughly enjoyed that show from start to finish, and if I was to include it on the list, then it would have landed very high up. But anyway, let's get right into my top 10. Number 10, Gladiator 2. I noticed this movie has been getting a lot of hate since it came out, people calling it a disappointment or a letdown, but I can't really see why. I had a really good time with this movie, and in my eyes, it is a worthy, satisfying sequel to the original. The first Gladiator movie is one of the best period piece movies ever made, in my opinion, and one of my all-time favourite movies. So to say that this movie had some big shoes to fill is an understatement. Now, does it come close to being as good as the first Gladiator movie? Of course it doesn't. That was never going to happen. But I honestly believe that this movie blends so well with the first film and is a really worthy continuation of that story. Paul Mescal gives an incredible performance as Lucius. He was honestly perfect for that role. Same goes for Pedro Pascal, who brings a lot of charm to this movie as well. Ridley Scott proves that he still has it and makes this world of Rome feel believable and lived in, just like he did the first time round. Now yes, I, like many others, did have a problem with the retcon that they did in this movie. I'm not going to get into spoilers, but it did seem a bit unnecessary. So I can see why a lot of people didn't like it, but to me, I really had fun with this movie. Number 9, Late Night with the Devil. I found the tone of this movie to be so perfect. It hooks you into the story so quickly and just puts you on the edge of your seat. It's a very small scale horror film that takes place in more or less one location. It has a smaller budget than most and contains few characters with very dialogue heavy scenes. But the movie handles that concept so well, it keeps you hooked from start to finish. From the interactions between the talk show host, the guests, and the audience. It's directed in a really disturbing, agitating way where you can tell that some hard shit is about to go down, but you just don't know how or when. And the fact that the whole movie was pretty much shot in the style of a 70s talk show was a really unique and creative decision, and I really dug it. So, Late Night with the Devil, one of the best horror films of the year. Speaking of horror, Longlegs is my number 8. Longlegs is told from the perspective of FBI agent Lee Harker as we follow her through the story to solve a case of a satanic serial killer who leaves clues behind with each of his killings. It is a horror movie with a thriller, detective, mystery side to it all, and I really dug what this movie set out to do. The movie's story is so thrilling as you follow along the characters and their investigation, and when you get the occasional spine-chilling scene. There is one sequence in particular that is so eerie and creepy. The way it's filmed and the use of the music really brings out the dread element of it all. Everyone in the film gives an excellent performance. Each character plays off each other so well that fits the tone of the movie perfectly. Every character has a part to play in the story that adds to the experience. From the mum to the other FBI agent to Longlegs himself, played by Nicolas Cage, who by the way is unrecognisable in this role. Micah Monroe as the lead character was also incredible as well. So I really love Longlegs, but still the best horror movie of the year is yet to come. Number 7, Monkey Man. Monkey Man, directed by and starring Dev Patel, is such an epic movie. It's a John Wick style action movie following a revenge storyline in a gritty, violent setting and features the most intense action sequences of the year. It goes balls to the wall with the action sequences and does not hold back from beginning to end. Just back-to-back scenes of Dev Patel fucking up motherfuckers. It has the goriest violence, brutal kills, and unbelievable stunts and choreography. Not only that, the movie is so visually pleasing and vibrant, whether you're in a dark, shady location or rich, colourful one. It's so impressive considering this movie was made with a really small budget. It was a phenomenally made movie for Dev Patel's directorial debut. You can tell this movie really meant a lot to him and it was made with a lot of love and passion. It is a classic gritty revenge tale, so if you haven't already, please check out Monkey Man. Number 6, Blink Twice. Zoe Kravitz makes her directorial debut on Blink Twice, a psychological thriller about a group of women who are invited to a billionaire's private island, seems like a good idea, only to discover some strange and unexplainable things taking place. This was such an overlooked and underappreciated movie that came out this year. It stars Channing Tatum, who's actually had a really good year this year.
How long I've been waiting for this. Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
It also stars Naomi Ackie and Adria Arjona, who are both fantastic. I found this movie to be expertly crafted. The way it creates a sense of confusion and unease once you get on the island, and that slowly builds as the movie progresses and also as you get answers to what is actually going on. It's a very layered graphic movie with very important subject matter. Zoe Kravitz did incredible in her directorial debut and I cannot wait to see more from her. If you like dark, twisted thrillers, then I strongly recommend you check this one out. So before we get into my top 5, I just want to let you guys know that I'm on Letterboxd. Hey, I'm on Letterboxd! So if you are enjoying this video and you'd like to see my thoughts on other movies in the future, or if you're like me and need mutuals on Letterboxd, then please follow me at CallumMurphy007. It would be very much appreciated. Number 5, Furiosa. George Miller is back at the Mad Max saga once again, this time delivering an exceptionally made story about the origin of Furiosa. This is the best action movie of the year in my opinion. It has intense, riveting chase sequences, incredible fight set pieces, such a compelling story that keeps you hooked from start to finish, and the film is visually stunning. People are inevitably going to be comparing this to Fury Road, but Fury Road being what I believe to be one of the best action movies made in the last decade, Fury Road is better as an action movie, whereas Furiosa is able to match that in a different way by being better as a character-driven story, and one of the best prequels put to screen in my eyes. The big standout here is obviously Chris Hemsworth as the antagonist, who just oozes charisma and steals every scene that he's in. He gives another one of my favourite performances that I've seen all year. And then we have Anya Taylor-Joy, who was just born to play this role, simple as that. Big claim, but I think that she is probably the best actress working today. Number 4, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This might be a big surprise for some people, but I really dug this movie. I like all movies in the Caesar trilogy pretty much equally, I'd say, and Kingdom might just be my favourite in the series so far. I enjoyed it that much. But Kingdom redefines the franchise in a way and takes it in completely different direction to the previous trilogy. It explores Caesar's legacy and how it can be interpreted in different ways, which I thought was a really interesting idea. I really love this new ape-dominated world they established. I really love the ape characters and the human characters. And of course, the CGI on the apes at this point is near flawless. People don't really acknowledge this anymore because we're used to seeing it all the time now, but the CGI on the apes is unbelievably impressive for the whole movie. And the ending left me wanting more and I can't wait to see what happens next. So yeah, I cannot wait to see what's yet to come with this franchise.
Popular, you're gonna be pop.
Number 3, Wicked. This was the biggest surprise of the year for me. If you had told me at the beginning of the year that Wicked would be one of my favourites of the year, then I would have laughed right in your face. But Wicked is extraordinary. It has a lot of heart, a lot of emotion, and tells the first part of the Wicked story in the best way that they could personally. The way it establishes and builds the world of Oz is perfect. The sets and costume design are genuinely some of the best that I've ever seen. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are perfect. They have amazing chemistry. Their back and forths and banter when they started off as enemies and when they became friends was so much fun to watch. The musical numbers were great. I particularly enjoy What Is This Feeling and Popular, which I've listened to an embarrassing amount of times since I saw this movie. I don't know, maybe the reason why I enjoyed this movie so much is because I'm deeply in love with Ariana Grande, but who knows.
What is wrong with you?
So as someone who's never really been big on musicals, please watch Wicked. It is such a magical experience. And I'm looking forward to Wicked for Good that comes out this year.
Nosferatu.
Number 2, Nosferatu. Nosferatu, I believe, is the best made movie that I've seen of all this year. Robert Eggers is one of the most unique filmmakers working today and directs this gothic horror beautifully in an unnerving, provoking style. The look and cinematography of Nosferatu is absolutely outstanding. It's such a dark, dimly lit atmosphere, but it's so visually captivating. The film, in my opinion, has the best acting performance that I've seen all year in Lily Rose Depp as Ellen Hutter. She is outstanding in this role, and I really hope this is her breakout role and she gets the recognition that she deserves. But also we have Willem Dafoe, who is also outstanding in this film, Nicholas Hoult, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, and of course Bill Skarsgård as Count Orlok himself. His performance is also one of the best that I've seen all year. The setting, the locations, the costume design, the colour grading are all out of this world. The movie carries so much weight and you'll be thinking about it days after seeing it, and it is one of the best films of the year. But my number 1 is Dune Part 2. Yes, I know, what a surprise. I think this movie is probably everyone else's number 1 movie of the year. But for good reason, because Denis Villeneuve's Dune Part 2 might just be the greatest science fiction film of the 21st century. I really enjoyed the first Dune movie, but Part 2 just cranks things up to a whole nother level. Dune Part 2 is a grand magnum opus epic that just pulls you into the world of Arrakis. It holds the place of the most visually groundbreaking film of the year in terms of scale and graphics, and it's not even really that close. The cast is absolutely stacked with phenomenal performances. Timothée Chalamet as Paul Atreides knocks it out of the park, who I think gives the best male acting performance of the year for me. And I hate using this word, but it's the best word I can think of to describe him. He just has so much aura, man. We also have Zendaya, Austin Butler, Florence Pugh, Javier Bardem, just a long list of some of the best actors working today. The action sequences are incredible, whether it's the large-scale battle stuff or the smaller hand-to-hand combat. Hans Zimmer's score is legendary. If Dune 3 can be another home run, then the Dune trilogy could honestly go down as one of the best trilogies ever put to screen. Denis Villeneuve once again proves that he is one of the greatest directors of all time. The whole thing is just a really special, unique experience. So that is why Dune Part 2 is my number 1 movie of the year. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. If you've made it this far into the video, then I really do appreciate it. That means so much to me. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Also, leave your top 10 list of the last year in the comments. I am genuinely interested to see all of your opinions. And once again, thank you so much for watching.